Puir Wee Beggar Boy, a poem printed in the Kirkcudbrightshire Advertiser, February the 22nd, 1889. Yin day, when storms were raging loud and hills were snawy white, hailstains lashed the windy panes wi' rattling, angry skite. A wee boy to the back door cam and beggit Uncle Ball, "Oh, could ye gi'e a wee bit peace? I'm sterving, wat, and caul." Says I, "Wee man, if ye're yoursel, you're at it guileless sin." "I'm left my folk for aye," he said, "and I'll no be nigh to June. The roads are dreich fae toon to toon, my bits are hard and torn. Hae ye nae wee boy that has a pair that's getting guileless worn?" "Ah, na," says I've nae wee boys, and nae wee bits have I. Say it's needless trying to fit your feet, for I hae nocht sae sma. "You've nae wee boys," he lookit up, "and would ye no tak me?" And sin I saw a big round tear come trickling fae's ee. "I doot," says "ye'd be nae use, you're sic a wee bit chiel, and then your folk'll hae ye learnt to lee and cheat and steal." "Oh, measter," spak the wee bit boy, "I ken I'm unco sma, but sin I grow a bigger boy, I wadna steal ava. I never took a thing mysel when I was seen to beg, except twa tatties for a hoose, maybe whiles an egg. But weel I ken it wasna recht to steal was ne'er my thocht, but then I got beetled weel when I came back wi' nocht." "And was't your mither threshed ye, boy, when ye brocht nothing back, or was't your feyther's hertened hand that gied your lugs a crack?" "Ah, na," he says, "my mither's deed, it wasna her ava, but all stepmithers on the road ye ken are nae great claw. If my ain mither just had leaved, this day I'd no be here." And then his wee face bubbled ower wi' mony a burning tear. "And hae ye nae wee sisters left, or brothers? Tell me true, for that stepmother on the road to ye's the same as you." "I just had ye wee sister, Kate. My mother looed her weel, and every nicht beside her chair she learned us baith to kneel. We had a hoose when mother leaved, and I got brats and clays, and played about the Glasgow streets wi' bits as black as slaes. But feyther turned a drinking man, though mother pressed him sair, and on her knees prayed he would stop and never tak it mair, but no a word that mother said would he stand to hear, cursed and swore and ca'd her names, even selt the chairs for beer. And then my mother she took bad, and near a month she lay, and feyther scarce to her would speak, but drank baith nicht and day. He selt the claes frae aff the bed, left us lying bare, and lashed my mother wi' a stick till she was black and sair. And then when she was awfu' bad, and our hearts were brak, he smashed the doctor's bottles up that mother had to tak. I mind the last words that she said afore she closed her ee was, "Oh, that feyther would come hame to see me ere I dee." "Oh, Johnny boy, ne'er tak to drink, or look its way fu' gate." And then she kissed me ower wi' tears and said, "Be kind to Kate." She held us baith within her arms, and aye the morning cam, and a woman by the bedside stood and cried, "Oh, God's sake, Tam, ye fairly broke your puir wife's heart. She's deid and caul as snaw, and sin they pu'd us for your side and took us baith awa." I mind wee Kate would hardly come, she held by mother's hand and cried, "Wi' mother let me stop, for feyther's sick a man." And aye they said, "Your mither's deid." Puir wean, it never fears, and then my feyther tore her off, wi' crying and wi' tears. And then they shut my mother up beside the auld kirk wa, where puir and stranger folk are laid, withoot a stain ava. But when I grow to be a man, if siller I can save, I'll plant wee flowers and put a stain above my mother's grave. And what has come o' sister Kate? I canna tell the noo. I asked my feyther where she was, when in Glasgow we came through, and I said was never mind, what matter is't to you? I think she's deid, but never heed, gang on and beg the new. Oh, wheesht wee boy, your waify tale I'm grieved to hear ta va. See, here's some pennies and a piece, and noo ye maun awa. Awa, I wonder who ye say it, nae matter what our state, to ony wee bit beggar wean that canna help its fate. The wee boy's awa on a desolate world, but reader, since he's been here, there's yin or twa queries he ran in my mind, and maybe you'll think they're queer. Is there nothing wrong with the social world, with its millions of money and store? Millions of mortals are free to sterve and begging frae door to door. Is there nothing wrong at the head of the state when we pause for a minute to think that the bulk of the revenue keeping it up is drawn off the terrible drink? Is there nothing wrong to the heavenly in the sicht o' a boarded purse, should the nation's greatest strength arise for the nation's greatest curse? Is there nothing wrong with the human race that's pleased with its social state, and yet looks doon on a beggar wean that canna help its fate? Venetia, High Creach, February the 2nd, 1889.